Hello Divination and welcome. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to install our free header and footer for Divi's Spice Shop layout pack. This is the result we're aiming to achieve, so without wasting a lot of time, let's dive in and let's get started. All right, so what we're going to do next is to install this header and footer layout pack on our website. So the first thing you need to do is to go to the link which I'll provide in the video description below, and this will take you to this blog post. Next, you want to scroll down here until you get to this part where it says get it for free today. So you want to click here and you want to enter your email address and then click download. So here's the file. So if you click here on download the files, this is going to download to your computer, and you can see here on my bottom left of my screen, this is where the files are. Next, I'm going to navigate to this folder like that, and we can see here it is. So the next thing we need to do now is to unzip this folder by double clicking it. And now we have this file. All right, so we're going to come back to this in a moment. So the next step now is to go to our website. So I'm going to come over here and we're going to come all the way down here to Divi and then click on a theme builder. Next, I'm going to come over here to these two arrows. This is portability. But before I do that, I'd like to show you what it looks like on our site right now, because as you can see, we don't have a header and a footer. So I'm going to open this in a new tab. And as you can see, we don't have a designed header here, and also we don't really have a footer. All right, so what we're going to do now is we are going to click here on these two arrows, and then we're going to click on import. And now, remember that file that we downloaded, which is right here. It's unzipped. We're going to drag this over here. Another way is to just click here and then navigate to your folder on your computer, but I just find just dragging it here much easier. Next, I'm going to click on import theme builder template, and in a moment this is going to be installed, and now we're going to have a header and footer. So as you can see, this is our global header and this is our global footer. So now we're going to save changes and we're going to refresh this and take a look at the footer. So as you can see, this is how we had it before. Now let's refresh this. Excellent. So now you can see we have this beautiful header, and if we scroll all the way down here, we have this massive footer. Okay, right. So now that we have the header and footer installed, the next step now is to go in and see how we can customize this and make it look like our own website, because it is very easy to go in and add your colors, change your fonts and so on. So that's what I'm going to show you next. So let's start by customizing our header. So we're going to now click here on this pencil icon. So this is now going to take us into our Divi builder. All right, so first things first, what we may want to do here is to go in and add links to our social media icons. So I'm going to hover over here and click on this gear icon. Okay, so here so far we have Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And by the way, you can add even more social media networks by just clicking on this plus button. And on this drop down, we have a list of other ones. All right, but we're not going to do that. So if you want to add your links, what you want to do is to come over here to link, and then you can add your link like that. So in your case, you want to add your Facebook URL. So once you add your Facebook one, you go click here on this arrow to go back, click here on Twitter. And again, you click here on the link and then paste your Twitter link. And then you just keep doing that until you've added all your links. And if you want to get rid of anything here, you just click on this trash icon and that gets rid of it. All right, so once you're done with all of that, next you can just come over here and save. And over here, we can see we have a shop button. So again, we want to make sure this shop button works and it links to the actual shop. So to do that, in fact, as you can see here, we have all these things in the way. So another way to deal with that situation is to come over here to expand settings, click on your layers, and then you want to open and close all. So now I have opened all of them, and this is my button right here. So I'm going to click on this gear icon, and this is going to take me straight to the button. And as you can see, it says shop. Right. So next I'm going to come over here to link, and this is where you want to add the link to your shop page. So I'm just going to add a dummy link here and hit save. Okay, so that's how easy it is to go in and save that. Over here, we have this menu. So we can also customize this menu by clicking here on the gear icon, and this is going to take us to our menu settings. And now this is where you want to select your menu. So I'd already gone ahead and created my main menu. So this is how I've linked it here. But in your case, you can create your menu first and then link it here. Next, you can also customize the colors, the fonts, and so on by coming over here to design. And then if we click on the menu text, as you can see here, we have Monster Ad. So let's say you want to change this to say Open Sans, and right away you can see there it has changed. And you can also play around with the colors here. So for our active link, you can see we have this orange. So you can change your active link here, and your menu text color can also be changed here. So you can see when I click here on this yellow, the colors have changed. So this is where you come in and add all your colors that match your website branding. Right, so I'm not going to save anything here. I'm just going to close out of here. Next, we also have this button here, this browse button. If you want to add a link to that, you just click on this gear icon, and you can just click on the link here and add your link. So I'm going to add a blank link like that. And if you want to customize the button itself, you can click here on the design tab, go to the button, and here you can increase and decrease the size. So as you can see, this is my text size. And also you can play around with the button itself, change the background color, and you can also change your hover color. So this is where you would go in and make changes to your button. So if you want to add some border radius, you can also do that by just adding it right here. So you can see I have a bit of rounded corners here on the side. And also on the hover, you can see that my hover state is working. So once you're happy with that, you can go ahead and save. Now over here, we also have another menu link. And this is where if you had two menus on your site, you can just assign a different one to this one. So again, as you can see, this one here is main menu, and the top one here was main menu as well. But if you create two, this is where you can assign the different one here. Okay. And also you can go in and change the colors. So as you can see, our text here, our menu text here is black, and we can change this to a different color just by clicking on your color palette. All you have to do is to make sure you are on the actual item that you need to make changes to. So I'm just going to go back to black, and then I'm going to hit save. Okay, so pretty much that's all we need to do to change the design of our header. Now with that all done, I'm just going to close here and hit save. So once you hit save, all the changes that we've done here will be applied pretty much across the whole website. And just to show you what I've done so far, now remember on the button, we added some rounded corners here. So if I refresh now, you are going to see some rounded corners. And there we go. So our button now has some rounded corners. All right, so let's close out of here. And the next step now is to go to our footer and see how we can customize and edit it. So I'm going to click here again on the pencil icon, and this is going to take us to our footer design. So here on our footer design, this is basically the Divi builder, similar to what we had earlier on. So we can go in here and start making changes to all of this. So as you can see here, it says fresh spices. So you can go in each and every one of these and make your changes. So if you want to change the text here, so you can see here, I've removed the word spice, and this is how you can go in and customize it and pretty much make it yours. So I'm just going to close out of here. Now, when it comes to the colors, you can also go in and change the colors. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to click here on my row settings. I'm going to go into my column, click on background, and this is where you change your background colors. So you can see immediately when I changed my colors here, this changes right away. So you can also go in and add your custom colors. So you can play around with this until you're happy with how the site looks. So just by doing that, I've changed my background color here. So once you're happy with that, I can hit save. Now there's also the link here which says visit the shop. You can also go in and make changes to that. So let's save this and head over here by clicking on the module settings. So this is going to take us into our button settings, and this is where we can add our button URL by just adding your link over here. Now right now I've just added a blank link, but this is where you would add your link. All right, so I'm gonna hit save, and pretty much the changes can be done the same across these three boxes. So let's say this is a bit too much for you and you don't really want to use this. What you can do is to go into our row settings, advanced, visibility, and then you can disable it on the phone, the tablet, and the desktop. So this just disables it. It doesn't delete it. But if you want to go ahead and delete it, you can also delete it completely so that it doesn't show on your footer anymore. So let's just save changes here and see what changes we've done so far. All right, so back over here, I haven't refreshed the page yet. So if I go all the way down, you can see we have these boxes here. So now let's refresh and see what happens. So just like that, I've just gotten rid of those 3 boxes. So all I have now is this footer. And at any point, if you want to go in and add them back, you can just click here on advanced visibility and then just check this and save. Next over here, we have this address. Now, in your case, you may, of course, want to use your own address. So to change the address, you can just click here on this gear icon, and this is going to take you to our text module. So this is where you can customize your address. So let's say I just add 33 there. You can see in real time it's changing. And once you're done with that, you can save, and we can do the same to the phone number as well. If we click here, it's going to take us to our text settings, and we can customize our phone number just like that. And the same applies to the opening hours. And if you wanted to add a link here, you can also add a link. Now let's take a look here at this subscribe module. So I'm going to click here on this gear icon, and this now is going to take us to our email opt-in settings. So the most important thing here is to make sure that you link your email service provider here with our email opt-in settings. So to do that, you want to scroll down here, go to account. Now there's several accounts here. We have ActiveCampaign, Aweber, and so on, Emma, Infusionsoft. So this is where you want to choose your email service provider. Select it. In this case, we have the default one here set to MailChimp, but in your case, you want to add yours. Now, once you've added yours, you choose your list here, and you also may want to add your API key, which you find in your settings, and that is where you'll find your API key. Now, once you find your API key, you just need to add it here so that it links, so that when someone comes over here and they enter their email address, they'll be added to that list that you have chosen here. Now, another important thing as well here is to come to the success action. Now, the success action is very important because you can add a message here, or you can redirect them to a specific URL by coming over here to redirect to custom URL. So this can be a good way of, after they've entered the email address, you can send them to a specific thank you page, which will have even more information. All right, so pretty much that's how you go in and customize this email opt-in. So I'm just going to close this, and then we're going to scroll further down here, and we have these shapes here. Now, if you're not a fan of those shapes, what you can do is to go over here to your section settings, you hit background, and you can see this is the shape. So to get rid of it, all you have to do is to just delete it, and you can see now it's gone, and it's plain and simple. All right, so I'm just going to keep it on. So I'm going to close here, and I'm also going to save what I've done so far. Now, again, when you save this, it is going to affect the whole site. So as you can see here, this is a global footer. So this all your saved settings will be applied across your whole website. So even if you have 10,000 pages, all your pages will have this global footer. All right, so now that we have all this, what we're going to do is to add a page from the layout pack. So I'm just going to come over here to pages, and we are going to go to our home page. So I'm going to hit edit, and then I'm going to hit edit with the Divi builder. So now what I'm going to do is to add a page which pretty much matches with our header and footer. So I'm going to click here on the 3 little dots, click on this plus button, and I am going to choose my pre-made layout here from the library. So I'm just going to search for, say, spices and see what comes up. So as you can see, we have our spice shop here, and I'm going to go with this layout. So I'm going to click here once, and then I'm going to say use this layout. So this will work really well if you have the header and footer corresponding with the pre-made layouts, because the design will be consistent. That way you can go in, add all your pages that you need, and then you can go in and customize the colors and the fonts, but pretty much you would have the foundation of your design. All right, so our page is almost done. So the next step now is to just hit save. I'm going to hit save here, Then I'm going to exit the Visual Builder. All right, so as you can see, all this now really fits in together. Our header here, the colors, and when I scroll down here, you can see all the animations and everything is really working well together. So this is why I would go in and choose a pre-made layout that matches with our header and footer. So there you have it. Thank you all for watching. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up and do follow us on our social media platforms. By doing so, you'll be notified every time we release new tutorials. Until next time, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.